Yeah.
Well, hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, this is an exciting day for me personally, but I'm in Palm Springs, a place that I've wanted to go to probably my entire life. You know, I love old Hollywood history and lore, and Palm Springs was like the hideaway place for the stars back in the 30s and 40s. Before Las Vegas became kind of the playground to the stars, there was Palm Springs. Palm Springs was a desert oasis that the movie stars could escape to, get out of the rat race of being in Los Angeles, come down to a quiet little desert town of Palm Springs. I've never been here before, so I'm really excited. We are at the Visitor Center, which is a place that you can go and get a picture in front of this iconic sign. But I'm going to do a little panoramic view so you can see everything that's around me right now. All right, there is our rental car, but I pan around. Look, we are in a magical, mystical place in the desert. Lots of terrain that I myself, being from the Midwest, don't really get to see very often, but there is that iconic Palm Springs sign. Beautiful rose garden, streets lined with the beautiful palm trees. I'm so looking forward to exploring today. I mean, can you not? This is just, this is magical. I've just not seen, again, being from the Midwest, we don't see these kinds of sights. Wow. We know. We purposefully are not going the way that you told us to because we're mesmerized right now. This house straight ahead, I don't know if you can see, it blends in with the mountains. That's amazing. Wow. We know direction, lady. We're taking a detour. This is magical. So I'm standing in front of the Palm Springs Art Museum, and we're not going to go inside today because there's so many, we only have one day here, and there's so many things that we want to see and explore on the outside of the buildings, but there are a lot of exhibits that are around the museum. The museum was founded in 1938. There's all kinds of modern and contemporary and historic exhibits on the inside. There is a fee, I believe it's $14 for adults, and I want to say that Thursdays they have discounted admission, but let me show you some of the exhibits that we're seeing along the outside perimeter of the museum. So this first art installation is called History of Suspended Time, a monument for the impossible, and it was put here in 2010. A car appears to defy gravity and time as it hangs suspended over a pool of liquid approximately 40 feet in diameter. So let me pan over here so you can see. Now, Mark, what kind of car is this?
It's a Chevy Malibu.
It is a Chevy. Hey, we are in a Chevy Malibu. Our rental car is a Chevy Malibu.
A 1968 Chevy Malibu.
Ooh, but you see it has like a reflection pool underneath. Wow. You know, we're here in California. They don't get rust on their cars like we do in the Midwest because of the dry climate. But yeah, it does. I'm trying to see underneath where it is connected, but if you just kind of look at it, it does just appear that it is just standing upright. It's defying gravity. It's pretty amazing. There's a bunch of babies crawling all around. They're even crawling up on the walls. Little babies are big babies though. Big babies. So this is one of the iconic art installations here in Palm Springs. It is a 26-foot Marilyn Monroe, and it's all done in this matte paint, and it's very realistic, the skin tones and everything. You can see a lot of the shading, and the only part of the statue that is of glossy paint are her lips. You can get your picture taken with her, and it's just a fun spot. Fun fact about Marilyn Monroe, she was actually discovered in Palm Springs in 1949 at the Racket Club. She was discovered by Johnny Hyde, who worked for the William Morris Agency. She actually began a little bit of a torrid affair with Johnny Hyde. She did. But Palm Springs, I guess, is kind of the birthplace of Marilyn Monroe, where she was discovered. Some art installation going on right now, right in front of the museum. It's amazing what people can do with a can of spray paint, make these gorgeous murals. It's just amazing.
Down here it's open. If you guys start doing something here, do whatever you feel like.
So we found out from the artists that down here in this area, it's pretty much free. It's free reign. You can just tag and paint any of these little items as long as you keep it within this area. And I'm assuming as long as you don't keep it, yeah, if you keep it somewhat clean, but you know, still be artistic and express yourself. But I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you've got all the color from the spray paint, all the vibrant color, like the urban artwork in the background of this natural mountainside. I think it's really kind of fun. But I like color, so it really does make kind of the landscape pop out with the color. So starting on Palm Canyon Drive, you have the Walk of Stars. It started back in 1992 with just 5 stars, and it's grown to a series of over 400 stars. So it's kind of Palm Springs' tip of the hat to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So I think a lot of these stars that were on here were residents of Palm Springs, or they stayed here. They had some sort of significance to the town of Palm Springs. So let's take a stroll and look at some of these stars. Jane Wyman, go Carol Channing, Bijou, Rudy De L'Amour, Russ Matthews. So we just went into the Nat Reed Art Gallery, and oh my gosh, I want one for every room. They're amazing. Look at this mid-century modern. Isn't that fabulous? Nat Reed. Amazing. It's supposed to be the eye?
Yeah.
So now we are, oh, I just got distracted. I'll come back to you, sir. But we've got the I Love Lucy, iconic I Love Lucy, who was a resident of Palm Springs. This was put up in 1995. I Love Lucy. Here's I Love Lucy again on the bench. So here we have this beautiful old theater. It is the Plaza Theater, and it was founded in 1936 by a local businessman, Errol C. Stribe. Like the rest of downtown, the theater was built in Spanish colonial style. It hosted a lot of early motion pictures, and it had a lot of premieres here. The theater's opening show was Camille, and it was hosted by Robert Taylor and some of you may know an actress named Greta Garbo. So it is an 800-seat playhouse And so right now it is kind of going through they're trying to save the Plaza Theater. So they're wanting to save this as an iconic landmark for the motion picture industry. So it held in 1989 the fabulous Palm Springs Follies were actually founded in this theater in 1989. And the show ran up until 2014. But a local movement has begun to open it back up again and to restore it. And you can actually donate to Save the Plaza Theater by SaveThePlazaTheaterPS.com. And right in front of the Plaza Theater, we have Earl C. Stribe, and he was the person that built the theater. So that's kind of nice. His star is right out here in front. I just want to take a minute just to, this just pretty. It's just pretty. It is just, it's just gorgeous. That mountain up there. It's beautiful. I keep getting distracted by more stars that I see. Here's Al Jolson. And then I think, here's General George S. Patton Jr. There's Ray Bolger, William Powell. So right now we are at Sonny Bono's fountain or statue. Sonny Bono, as you know, was the mayor of Palm Springs, and we all know him from being married to Cher. Well, we decided to eat at Maracas. Ooh, that salsa is spicy. I just ordered a red sangria, so we're gonna look at the menu and decide what we're gonna eat. All right, our food just came out. Mark got fajita quesadillas with beef. We got some elote, which is like, who would think that mayonnaise is good on corn, but it is. And then I got a brie and mango quesadilla. Ugh. Yum, yum. So I am trying my very first ever date shake. Now, I never even heard about this until I started doing a little bit more research on videoing here in Palm Springs. And apparently in the Coachella Valley, they are known for their date growing, and date shakes are the thing to get. So I have to get one. All right, we're gonna try it. I mean, it's really good. Mark's gonna try it too, because we're on a date. That's what I thought they meant was date shakes, like you're going on a date, but no, it's the actual fruit date. Yes. Mmm, yummy. So this hotel is no longer here, unfortunately, but it was designed by Lloyd Wright, which is Frank Lloyd Wright's son. That's all that's left of it, unfortunately. But I'll try to put in a picture of it, the original structure, so you can see. But the Oasis Hotel, constructed in 1925, 20 units, and included a tower building, which I'm assuming that might have been a part of. But unfortunately, it was torn down. So we do things a little backwards in my world, but we've been through downtown Palm Springs. Right now we're going to go into Palm Springs Visitor Center. Now, first of all, the building itself is a mid-century modern masterpiece. You can see over there in the distance the wind farm, and you can take a tour of the wind farm if you would like, but we're going to check out the visitor center because I've heard they have a little gift shop in here. So I'm going to check out if we can give us some more information on things that we want to see today and check out the gift shop. One other thing that you can do while you're in Palm Springs is take the tramway. I am really scared of heights, so that's not something that I would like to do.
I would do it.
He would do it, but apparently you do have to make your reservations pretty far in advance because they do sell out. And one thing that I think is interesting is they say that really the peak time to come to Palm Springs is between the months of January and May, when it's not so roasting hot. But you can see snow on the peaks of the tram. I don't want to see snow. I came here to not see snow. So let's go check out the visitor center. So we talked with a lot of the people here in the museum, and they were so helpful and gave us a lot of great information. I did get me a Palm Springs t-shirt and a couple magnets and a couple postcards. So if you are coming into Palm Springs, make sure you stop into the visitor center. They got a lot of good information, some souvenirs, and so stop in to the visitor center for sure. This is what the aerial tram looks like, and I do not like heights, so I probably would have a panic attack. But if you like this sort of thing, make sure that you check it out and make your reservations online, because they do sell out. Just strolling through Palm Springs neighborhood looking for some former celebrity homes, and the first one that we're going to come across to was Elvis Presley's home. This was, you can't really tell, it's kind of hard to see because of all the cars in the way, but this was once the home of Elvis Presley. This was known as Graceland West, and apparently he did record 9 of his songs here in this house on this property. And fun fact, this house he purchased from one of the McDonald's brothers that started McDonald's. Fun fact. All right, just taking a little bit of a walk outside, and on the map that we downloaded, but here we have Howard Hughes' estate. Can't really see much because of the wall, but this was a home that was once Howard Hughes once lived there. And then up along here, I'm walking up along the next property, and that is going to be the home of Alan Ladd. You may know who Alan Ladd is if you grew up in the 60s. You know, he was in all these westerns, and he was in Shane, and he actually started a hardware store here in Palm Springs as well. But you can see this was the Alan Ladd estate. It was designed by Wexler, which I wish we could see more of it because it was a iconic mid-century modern home designer. You can see here it's the gate, and sadly this is also the home that Alan Ladd did pass away in. You can see a little bit of the garage over here, but he did pass away in this home in 1964. But Alan Ladd lived right here, this beautiful location. I'm really excited about the next house. It's Liberace's house. I'm so excited. I honestly cannot believe that I'm here, but I'm standing in front of Liberace's Palm Springs abode. Casa de Liberace is the structure right behind me. Oh my gosh. So this house is one that I've always wanted to see. And fun facts about this house though too is that during Halloween he would hand out silver dollars to the trick-or-treaters. Now at one time, oh here, I think it's down here, and say at one time his little mailbox was a piano. I'm so excited. Look, I mean, this is Liberace's house. Look at all of the statues. I mean, it's extra. Look at the beads up in the tree. Oh my gosh. Gosh, Mr. Showmanship, I wish you'd just walk out that door. I really do. I would have loved to seen the pool. Oh yeah, look at the mailbox. It's Liberace. And then here we've got Piazza di Liberace. Ah. You know, the funny thing about these houses is that they don't look like anything particularly special on the outside, but boy, you get in beyond those doors and they are glorious. Oh, Liberace, you make my heart happy. And this next house is called the House of Tomorrow. This was the house that Elvis and Priscilla Presley stayed in for their honeymoon in 1966. So it's just an iconic mid-century modern design, and in 2020, it actually sold for $2.6 million, which I would have thought it would have been a little bit more than that, but maybe not. But this was designed by Robert and Helen Alexander, and it is a stunner. And I bet it looks great at night with those little lights all lit up. But it was very modernistic on the inside. It had like a sunken living room. And yeah, this is where Elvis and Priscilla stayed on their honeymoon. The next house we have with the pink mailbox was once rented by Marilyn Monroe. Now, Marilyn did not own any property here in Palm Springs, but she did rent this beautiful home here. It was built in the 1950s, and in fact, it wasn't very far from this home where she was spotted by Johnny Hyde from the Philip Morris agency, where her career began. So Marilyn Monroe once lived under this roof. So this next house is another one of Liberace's houses, and sadly this is the one that he actually died in 1987. And this house used to be, I think it was called the Cloisters. It was an inn of some sort, and he bought it in the 60s and apparently transformed a lot of the rooms into different themed rooms. Of course he did, he was Liberace, but this was one of Liberace's homes as well. Rest in peace, Liberace. So right now I'm standing in front of Frank Sinatra's house here in Palm Springs, otherwise known as the Twin Palms. This house has a pretty sordid history. So this was the house that Frank lived. Well, he got Palm Springs started back into the party days in the 1940s, and he lived here with Ava Gardner. And if you know anything about Ava Gardner and Frank Sinatra, you know that they fought a lot. They loved each other, but boy, they fought just as hard as they loved. And in fact, this is the house where they had one of the gnarliest fights that they had in their marriage, and he actually threw all of Ava Gardner's things out into the driveway and kicked her out. There's actually still a spot in the sink of this house where he threw a champagne bottle at her, and you can still see the little spot in the sink where that transpired. This is also the house that has the piano-shaped pool, and oh man, what I'd give to just go in here. If these walls could talk, you know what I mean? Lots of parties, lots of fights, lots of good times. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall back in these days. But 1145 is the home of Frank Sinatra. So we are standing in front of Robo Lights here in Palm Springs. And I first learned about Robo Lights from Days with Jordan the Lion. He had done several videos here, and at Christmas time you can walk through and he has it all lit up, but it's all Kenny Irwin is the artist, and this is his property, and he's just created this wonderland of art installations made from various things. I mean, you can see all of the little parts and pieces that are used. There's like a little skeleton head up there, and there's a peacock up on his shoulder. Construction light. Yeah, the construction light there in the center. And he's just created these sculptures. Look, there's like a spider guy, and here is the horse. But it's amazing, in his whole property. Oh yeah, there's a duck. So it's almost like a seek and find, like a Where's Wally. There is a Frisbee right there. Laptop. And yeah, there's a laptop and a spine of some sort. And from what I can recall from some of Jordan's videos is that people will donate things. They'll donate some parts and pieces, and so he can still continue to create these sculptures. And he always has music playing, and there's bubbles, and so apparently you can make an appointment to come and see Robo Lights. But look at this guy, he's guarding the palm tree. But look, we see a Christmas tree. And look, look, I see the Grinch. Do you see the Grinch? And I see Santa's sleigh. Oh, this is amazing. And all of the reindeer. This is amazing. Oh, I see a clown up there. I don't like him. But what creativity to be able to just take basically a lot of discarded items and to make them into these fantastic art installations. Oh, on top of this palm tree, there's a little pink dinosaur. I spy a blow mold Santa with a pink gun. That sculpture, look at his eyeballs are babies. He's got baby eyeballs. And this guy here, he's like a alien claw. Oh, his feet are ducks. Look at that. You know, it makes you wonder here in Palm Springs what the neighbors thought of this, you know? But I think now they've embraced it. Robo Lights does have a Facebook page, so you can follow him on Facebook. I see a shark. Oh man, how awesome is this? You know, I've seen it in Days with Jordan Lyne, his videos, and there's Captain Morgan and Chuck E. Cheese. There's Chuck E. Cheese. I bet this is just amazing lit up at night. See on top of this car right there, there's an elephant and a bunch of drills. So he's literally just taking all of these discarded things and he's turning them into this magical art installation. I bet it would be great to come here with kids and just let them pick out things. Let's walk around to the front and see the front. So make sure you go on Facebook and probably Instagram, but definitely I know that I found him on Facebook. And make sure that you follow Robo Lights. What a magical, mystical, marvelous place. And this robot here, all of his body is made from babies. Baby heads. I see Cabbage Patch head. Right there. Cabbage Patch. So here is the front of Robo Lights. Isn't this amazing? How fun. It's just awesome. I love the creativity. It's amazing. So now we're just taking a little walk around the neighborhood. What do you think of Palm Springs, Mark?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it right now. It may be a little too hot.
Yeah. We've not experienced Palm Springs in the summer. I hear it gets pretty hot here. But wow, what a gorgeous place. What a gorgeous place.
You hug that plant.
No, I don't think I want to hug that plant. That might hurt. If you sit on that one,
okay,
I'll hug that one. So this house right here was Cary Grant's former estate. You can see the C and the G on the gate there. So this was built by pioneer Dr. Jacob John Kocher in Spanish andaluism farmhouse style, including thick stucco walls and wooden windows and shutters. So this was the residence of film legend Cary Grant from 1954 to 1972. But I love that they've kept that gate on there with the C and G. Can't see much of the house, but it's still kind of neat to see the spot where, you know, Cary Grant, he came in and out of that gate. And there is Cary Grant's former mailbox. And I do believe that the mailbox was designed to look like the home. Las Palomas, 928. The former home of Cary Grant. You can see down in there, it sure is. The house does look like the mailbox. You can kind of see it through there. How neat.
Be what you wanna be. Do what you wanna do. And if it sets you free.
Well, friends, it's been a great day in Palm Springs. It's really freezing cold here right now, but we could not stop and visit the Cabochon Dinosaurs. We can see the Brontosaurus that says, "I love you." And then off in the distance, these dinosaurs were featured in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And they have recently been repainted, and it was kind of some controversy. People didn't want them to be repainted, but I think they did a fantastic job. There used to be a little restaurant over there. You can kind of see the eat sign. It is no longer there. We had to stop and say hello. So I'm standing underneath Denny the dinosaur, and Mr. Rex is right through there. They do change the paint on them to accommodate the holidays with the upcoming Valentine's Day holiday. We've got a Valentine's Day theme. You can go inside them, and there is Mr. Rex. He is ready for his Valentine's date. Oh my gosh, I wanted to see these for a long time, and I honestly didn't know that they were close to Palm Springs, and that's where we were going today. So I'm so happy that we got to see them today. And there is Mr. Rex. There's a close-up. He's a lover. He just wants you to be his. He's gonna hold you in those big claws. You can see how big his feet are too. He's a big fella, but they're iconic. I had to see them. There is the backside of Mr. Denny. I don't know, we were just in Palm Springs where it was nice and warm, and it's cold. It's very, very chilly here right now at this moment, but I think they had a storm front coming in. So we are actually heading up into Denny the dinosaur. You go up here and it is a gift shop. But we are inside Denny's belly. Well, it was a fun day in Palm Springs. It was a place that I've honestly wanted to go forever. We saw the dinosaurs. We ended up getting a couple. Large Marge sent me. Tell them Large Marge sent ya. If you don't know, that's from the Pee Wee Herman movie. But we got a couple stickers. We went inside Denny the dinosaur. It was a fun day. It was very warm in Palm Springs. It's very cold here now. But that's all right. We had a fun day. Did you have fun? It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for going with me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel for more fun, kind of weird, wacky, all over the place fun, but fun travel vlogs. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for following along with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.